Are there vegetables that don't die after one season? Yes, some keep growing back year after year, just like fruit trees, while your neighbors have to replant every spring, buy new seeds, and spend hundreds of dollars. You can plant once and harvest forever. Hi, I'm Billy, an expert in natural farming and clean food. Welcome to my channel, where we grow smart, live slow, and let the garden take care of itself. If you've ever dreamed of having a low-cost, self-sustaining, easy-to-care garden, you'll love this, because in today's video, I'll share 15 vegetables that grow like fruit trees. You plant them once, and they'll keep giving you fresh, healthy food for years to come. Before we begin, drop a positive affirmation in the comments. I want to grow my own clean green vegetables at home. And don't forget to hit subscribe to spread the spirit of Grow Smart, live slow. Most of us were taught that vegetables only live for one season. You plant them in spring, care for them all summer, harvest, and then they die. Next year, you start all over again, buying seeds, turning soil, repeating. But here's what almost no one tells you. There's a special group of vegetables called perennial vegetables, plants that live for many years. You just plant them once, and they come back every year stronger and more productive. Some can live from 5 to 10 years. Even longer than your home mortgage. The best part, they're not rare or hard to grow. Many of them are vegetables you already see in grocery stores. It's just that no one ever told you that you could plant them once and keep harvesting forever. Now let's explore these 15 long-living vegetables, the true warriors of a natural, self-sustaining garden. 1. Asparagus. Asparagus is one of the best perennial vegetables you can ever grow. It's the kind of plant you only need to plant once, and it can feed you for over 20 years. Yes, that's 2 full decades of harvest without replanting. In the first year, let the plant grow freely. It needs time to build strong roots. Don't rush to harvest. Patience is the key. By the second year, you can pick a little, and by the third year, you'll see the magic fresh green spears rising from the soil each morning, like spring greeting you. That sight alone brings real joy. It feels like nature is working with you. Asparagus loves full sunlight and loose, well-drained soil. Once established, it practically takes care of itself. Each year, just add a bit of organic compost, and it will reward you with new shoots, sweet, crisp, and tender. Think of asparagus as a green investment. You put in the effort today, and every year it pays you back in delicious, natural food that costs you nothing more. 2. Rhubarb. Rhubarb is a vegetable with strong character and striking looks. Bright red stalks, big green leaves, and an incredible will to live. It's one of the first plants to rise when spring returns, as if to say, hey, the new season has begun. Rhubarb is very easy to grow and unbelievably tough. You plant it once, and it can thrive for 15 to 20 years. It loves cool weather and moist, well-drained soil. In autumn, add a little compost around the base, and by next spring, you'll be rewarded with thick, juicy stalks with a pleasantly tart flavor. One important note, don't eat the leaves. They're toxic, but the stalks are perfectly safe and absolutely delicious. Many people use rhubarb for pies, jams, or mix it with strawberries. Its mild sourness creates a fresh, delightful taste. What I love most about rhubarb is its resilience. After the cold winter, when you think it's gone, it rises again, stronger, greener, and ready to begin anew. Rhubarb isn't just a vegetable. It's a reminder that in nature, everything can be reborn when given time and care. Artichoke. Artichoke is a vegetable that makes your garden look like a work of art. It's both beautiful and delicious, and if you live in a warm climate, it's a true perennial that can live from 5 to 7 years, or even longer. In colder areas, just cover its base with straw or dry leaves during winter, and it will survive the frost to return strong in spring. Each artichoke plant can grow over 1 meter tall, with wide silvery leaves and stunning purple-blue flowers. When the buds are still young, you can harvest and eat them. They taste sweet, nutty, and slightly buttery. If you let them bloom, you'll get gorgeous flowers that look like natural decorations. Artichokes love full sun, rich soil, and moderate watering. In the first year, give them time to build roots. Once established, they run on their own. You just harvest. The best thing about artichokes is that they nourish both body and soul. They feed you and they beautify your garden. That's why I always say when you grow artichokes, you don't just harvest food, you harvest happiness. For sorrel is a bright leafy green with a natural lemony tang, like a splash of fresh citrus. It's one of the easiest vegetables to grow. It's almost impossible to kill. Sorrel is a true perennial, living from 5 to 7 years and returning every spring. You plant it once and it keeps coming back. Greener and stronger each year, it grows well in average soil, doesn't need special fertilizer, and even thrives in partial shade. The young leaves are the best. Soft, slightly sour, perfect for salads, soups, fish, or egg dishes. When you cut the leaves, it grows back even faster, as if it always wants to give more. Sorrel rarely has pests and needs almost no care. For busy people or beginner gardeners, it's an ideal choice. What I love most about sorrel is its always return spirit. You can ignore it for a while, and one spring morning, you'll see it rising again, fresh and full of life. Sorrel teaches us that simplicity and persistence are often the greatest strengths of nature. 5. Egyptian walking onion. The Egyptian walking onion is one of the most fascinating vegetables you can grow. It's called the walking onion because it literally moves itself across your garden. When mature, it grows small bulbs on top of its stalks. As they get heavier, the stalk bends down, and the bulbs touch the ground, take root, and form new onion plants. Each year, they walk a little further. Expanding your garden naturally, you can eat both the underground bulbs and the small top sets. They have a mild, slightly spicy flavor and a wonderful aroma. The best part, you only need to plant it once. After that, it reproduces and regrows on its own every season with almost no care. It's cold hardy, thrives even in poor soil, and rarely has pests. Whether you grow it in beds, pots, or a small corner of your yard, it'll happily adapt each year. When you see new onions sprouting in fresh spots, you can't help but smile. It feels like nature itself is taking gentle steps through your garden, reminding you that life keeps growing wherever it's free to move. 6. Lovage perennial celery. Lovage is a fantastic herb vegetable that many Americans have never heard of. But once you grow it, you'll wonder why you didn't plant it sooner. Its flavor is similar to celery, only stronger, more aromatic, and with a refined herbal touch. Lovage is a true perennial. Plant it once, and it can live for decades. It grows fast, reaching nearly human height, and produces an abundance of deep green leaves. You can use the leaves for soups, stews, and sauces, the tender stems raw like celery, and even the seeds as spice. One lovage plant is enough to feed a whole family all year round. It prefers partial sunlight, well-drained soil, and just a bit of compost each spring. Once established, it almost cares for itself. And the best part, lovage is not only useful, it's beautiful. Its lush green foliage gives your garden a fresh, elegant look. If you love natural fragrances and want a plant that's durable, versatile, and graceful, lovage is the perfect choice. A plant that nourishes you and turns your garden into a green paradise. 7. 9-star broccoli. 9-star broccoli is a brilliant find for anyone who loves cauliflower but hates replanting every year. Unlike regular cauliflower that produces one large head and dies, 9-star broccoli is a true perennial that can live up to 5 years with proper care. Instead of one head, it produces clusters of small creamy florets that look like tiny stars. That's why it's called 9-star. Each spring after harvest, the plant rests and then regrows the following year, repeating the cycle again and again. It thrives in cool weather, loose soil, mild sunshine, and needs steady watering. Once rooted, it's hardy, pest-resistant, and consistently productive. The taste is similar to classic cauliflower, crisp, mild, and sweet, but feels extra special because you know you don't have to replant it again. 9-star broccoli is the symbol of smart growing. Less work, more harvest, and long-term sustainability. If you want a self-sufficient garden, this should be one of the first plants you grow. 8. Garlic chives. Garlic chives may look small, but they're incredibly powerful. Despite their simple appearance, they're one of the toughest and most useful perennial herbs you can grow. Once established, garlic chives almost never disappear. They come back every year, fresh and fragrant. Their leaves have a gentle garlic aroma, soft and mild in flavor, perfect for eggs, meats, or salads. You can use the leaves, flowers, and buds. All are edible. The white blossoms are beautiful and attract bees and butterflies, making your garden livelier. They tolerate sun, grow well even in poor soil, and rarely suffer from pests. Every few years, just divide the clumps to keep them vigorous. Best of all, garlic chives are more than just edible plants. They're natural protectors of your garden. Their scent repels pests and shields nearby vegetables. Once you plant garlic chives, you'll never need to buy them again. They are the perfect symbol of a self-sustaining garden. Small, simple, yet endlessly useful and resilient. Horseradish. Horseradish is one of the toughest and most enduring perennial vegetables you can grow. Once its roots take hold, it's nearly impossible to remove. It just keeps coming back, no matter how much you dig. But that's exactly what makes it great. Plant it once, and you'll have horseradish almost forever. The edible part is the root. Aromatic, spicy, and full of vitality. When grated fresh or made into sauce, its sharp heat can bring tears to your eyes, but the flavor is fantastic. Bold, tangy, and deeply warming, perfect for grilled meats, sandwiches, or sauces. Horseradish thrives in average soil and needs little care, just sunlight and good drainage. Because it spreads fast, it's best to plant it in a fixed spot or large container. Each autumn, you can dig part of the root to use, leaving the rest to regrow. One horseradish plant can provide roots for years. It's more than just a vegetable. It's a symbol of pure life force, quiet, determined, and always ready to rise again, no matter the condition. Sea kale. Sea kale is a stunning perennial vegetable that few people know about. But once you grow it, you'll fall in love instantly. It's both edible and decorative, bringing elegance to your garden. Its thick, blue-green leaves look like natural sculptures. In spring, it produces tender shoots with a mild, sweet flavor, similar to asparagus. You can harvest them young, steam, or roast them. The taste is nutty, delicate, and truly unique. By summer, it blooms with small white flowers that have a gentle scent, attracting bees and butterflies and brightening your garden. Sea kale lives for 8 to 10 years and is extremely easy to grow. It loves sandy, well-drained soil, full sun, and tolerates drought well. Once rooted, it needs almost no attention. This vegetable was popular in Europe as early as the 18th century, but is now making a comeback for its beauty and sustainability. With sea kale, you don't just get year-round food, you get a living piece of natural art. It's the perfect example of the philosophy plant once, enjoy forever. Simple, peaceful, and deeply inspiring. 11 chives. Chives are small but mighty, and they're almost essential in any garden. They're true perennials. Plant them once, and they'll keep coming back forever. Every spring, fresh green clusters rise from the soil, thicker and livelier than the year before. The leaves are soft with a mild onion flavor, perfect for sprinkling on salads, soups, eggs, or mashed potatoes. But what makes chives truly special are their blossoms. Lovely pale purple flowers that are both edible and beautiful, attracting bees and butterflies. They thrive in nearly any soil, to tolerate cold weather, and need almost no care except a light trim after flowering. When planted around vegetable beds, their natural aroma helps keep pests away. And trust me, one small clump of chives spreads quickly. You can divide it to plant more or share it with friends. Giving someone a pot of fresh chives you've grown yourself is a simple but joyful gift. Chives are the symbol of simplicity, humble and unassuming, yet always bringing freshness, flavor, and life to your garden. 12. Tree collards. Tree collards are one of the most incredible vegetables you can grow. They're truly the immortal greens. Unlike regular collards that must be replanted each season, tree collards are long-lived perennials that can survive 10 to 20 years and grow over 10 feet tall in the right conditions. Their leaves resemble kale, dark green, thick and packed with nutrients, with a slightly sweeter taste in cold weather. You can harvest the leaves year-round, and the plant keeps producing endlessly, as if it never runs out of strength. The fascinating part, tree collards don't make seeds. You propagate them by cuttings, and each new plant is a living copy of the parent. In California, there are tree collards passed down through generations. True family trees. They love sun, loose soil, and minimal care. Just prune lightly once a year to keep them tidy and strong. Tree collards aren't just a sustainable food source. They're a living example of nature's resilience, always growing, always giving, never stopping. Planting tree collards means investing in the future for your health and for your spirit. 13. Turkish rocket. Turkish rocket is a fantastic perennial for anyone who loves arugula but wants something stronger, hardier. And that doesn't need replanting every year. Its flavor is mildly spicy, fresh, and slightly bitter. Very similar to arugula, only more intense. You plant it once and it can live over 10 years, returning faithfully each spring. Turkish rocket loves sunshine but also tolerates partial shade and is almost immune to pests. Its leaves are great in salads, sandwiches, or light stir-fries, and its small yellow flowers are edible too. Peppery in taste and beautifully decorative. It grows well in normal soil, requires little attention, and expands a bit more each year. It's the perfect plant. Once harvest forever, vegetable Turkish rocket not only provides year-round greens, but also carries a gentle lesson that consistency and simplicity are often the smartest ways to live both in the garden and in life. 14. Jerusalem artichoke, sunchoke. Jerusalem artichoke, also known as sunchoke, is a wonderful perennial that's both edible and ornamental. Despite its name, it's not related to the artichoke. It's actually a cousin of the sunflower. The plant grows tall, over 6 feet, with bright yellow blossoms that bloom in late summer. The edible part is underground. Small round tubers with a mildly sweet, nutty flavor, similar to chestnuts or baby potatoes. You can roast, boil, or blend them into soups. Their taste is creamy, rich, and naturally sweet. Jerusalem artichokes are incredibly easy to grow. Just bury a few tubers in spring and they'll multiply fast. They're cold hardy, low maintenance, and return stronger each year because they spread quickly. It's best to give them their own area in the garden. Every fall, you can dig up some tubers to eat and leave the rest to regrow next season. One simple act, endless rewards. A sweet gift from the earth itself. 15. Good King Henry. Good King Henry is a classic perennial vegetable that's been grown in Europe for centuries. A forgotten treasure of the garden world. It's wonderfully versatile. You can eat its leaves, young shoots, and flower buds. The leaves are soft, dark green, and taste like spinach, while the tender shoots have a mild flavor, similar to young asparagus. The best part, it comes back every spring, even after the coldest winters. It prefers moist, well-drained soil and partial shade. Perfect for those corners of the garden that don't get much sun. With light care and a bit of compost each spring, it can live for over 10 years. Good King Henry rarely has pests and nearly takes care of itself. What I love most is its quiet, steady nature. Not flashy, not demanding, just faithfully returning each year with generous green leaves. It reminds us that gardening isn't a race. It's a journey of patience and endurance and appreciation for simple things. Good King Henry embodies that spirit. When you plant it, you're not just growing food, you're planting peace. So there you have it. Plant these vegetables once and you'll never have to start over each year. Your garden will do the work for you while you simply enjoy the harvest. This is what smart gardening means. Plant once, eat forever, and there you have it. 15 perennial vegetables that can completely change the way you garden. They are the silent warriors of nature. You plant them once and they keep giving year after year. Try choosing just 3 from this list and plant them in the coming season. You'll witness something magical when your garden begins to take care of itself, while you simply enjoy the process. Gardening isn't hard work. It's a journey of slowing down, reconnecting with the earth, and learning to let nature do its part. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe and share it with a friend who loves gardening. Together, we're building a community of smart gardeners. Growing green, living slow, and celebrating every season. Before you go, leave a comment with this positive affirmation. I want to grow my own clean green vegetables at home. Because with just one sentence, you've already planted a seed of change. See you in the next video. And remember, grow smart, live slow,